Welcome to Guide.
The workplace can be stressful. Many are touting the benefits of mindfulness as a tool for getting through the daily grind. Being mindful is an often adopted practice. It sounds simply like being more present, but what does it really mean? Let's take a closer look at mindfulness at work, why it matters, and how to do it.
Have you ever found yourself so distracted driving that it takes you a half mile to realize you missed your turn? Call it monkey mind or multitasking, it's anxiety producing. We are bombarded by so many different stimuli throughout our day. Emails, social media, chatting tools on multiple screens, all clamoring for our attention. By learning to be mindful, to pay attention to our thoughts, physical sensations, and emotions, we can focus on the present moment. This doesn't mean avoiding distractions, but rather recognizing and then releasing them. Being mindful doesn't mean you stop thinking. It's an active, non-judgmental process that has to be cultivated, perhaps now more than ever. Think mindfulness is a transcendental waste of time? Neuroscientists have now proven what philosophical and religious practices have long believed, that a focused and attentive mind is a happy mind, and a happy mind, at least one that isn't stressed, gets work done. Let's look at some of that proof. In 2010, Harvard researchers published the results of their study that examined how often our minds wander by gathering data from the iPhone app they developed called Track Your Happiness. Throughout the day, the app asked users 3 questions. How do you feel? What are you doing? And are you thinking about something other than what you're currently doing? Data showed that people became unhappy after their minds wandered. It also showed that users spent a whopping 46.9% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they were actually doing. Well, with one exception, making love, only 10% of the time. You can learn more about the study here. Maybe you pride yourself in your ability to do a million things at once. It feels good, right? Sure, but it's also exhausting. While our brain gets a hit of pleasure from accomplishing small tasks, like checking our email or Googling a fun fact, this dopamine release creates a destructive, addictive feedback loop. Neuroscience proves that, well, multitasking makes us dumb. In fact, studies show that potentially 40% of productivity is lost due to switching tasks. To understand the connection between mind wandering and happiness, check out this TED Talk by psychologist, author, and creator of the app trackyourhappiness.org, Matt Killingsworth. And if your mind tends to wander, be sure you tune in by 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Mindfulness practices are popping up everywhere, from high schools to sports teams. So who's jumping on the mindfulness bandwagon in the business world? Intel, Google, and Target are among the many companies who have realized that offering mindfulness programs to their employees decreases stress and improves creativity in their work environments. An attentive and focused mind makes for a better listener and a more informed decision maker, which in turn enhances employee relationships. Leaders who exhibit mindful practices cultivate an environment of engagement. So how mindful are you? To better understand the kinds of reactions felt when being mindful and to learn how to cultivate it in your own life, take this quiz. Learning to become mindful at work doesn't require a degree in Zen Buddhism. There are several small steps you can take to begin. First, turn off all audio and visual cues that alert you to new information on your devices. Establish a no-fly zone time period at work when everyone is disconnected. Take brief pauses while eating lunch and not while you're doing 3 other things at your desk. Set a timer on your phone so that every hour you get up to take a 5-minute walk or check in with your thoughts and your breath. Are you holding your breath? Write a reminder on a sticky note that simply says, "Breathe," and post it in your office. The process of healing begins when we mindfully breathe in, says renowned Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. Breath is the anchor in mindful meditation. Like breath, thoughts come in and must go out. Want to try it? This 5-minute guided breathing meditation is a great place to start. The number of demands for our attention are only going to grow. And as lines continue to blur between work and personal life, knowing how to stay in the moment becomes more important. For the sake of your health and happiness and those around you, learn to develop mindful practices at work, one moment at a time.